Sure.
She did such a beautiful job, and I can't believe how natural she is. And I'm just proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I can't believe how big and grown up you are. And I'm proud that she's gonna represent so many young brown girls around the world. Nobody's proud of
Do your kids think you're cool?
Blue, she be fronting on me a little bit, but I catch.
What if Blue Ivy's biological mother is not Beyonce? Yes, you heard correctly. People are now doubting everything we believe to be true regarding Queen Bey and Jay-Z's family life due to some leaked information. To make matters worse, there are rumors that Jay cheated on Bey and had an affair outside of this period. The plot thickens. Woo, we are delving deeply into this shocking revelation, separating fact from fiction, and analyzing the potential implications for the Carter dynasty. Now, let us discuss this outrageous conspiracy that rocked the world in 2011. And now that people are connecting Jay-Z and Beyonce, it is making Williams too. Oh, she left. Wendy said out here that Beyonce's baby bump made her seem like Stewie from Family, or like she was holding a frisbee. Wendy did not stop there either. She said that Beyonce's announcement of her pregnancy was only a publicity stunt meant to benefit her then collapsing career. Wendy claims that Bey's music was not as popular in 2011, and that everyone was meant to get excited again by the news of her pregnancy. Wendy even disparaged Jay-Z's Rock Nation, claiming that his prospects were also not good. You guys, it was a huge circus. And on Sunday night, this major Australian news program conducted a thorough expose, dissecting everything from a variety of perspectives. They threw themselves into it as if it were a huge scandal. There was more to this false pregnancy bump than a passing rumor. You know, it was everywhere. People said Beyonce's baby bump appeared a little too big, and the streets and blogs were ablaze with discussion, similar to what others eventually claimed regarding Meghan Markle's pregnancy. Yes, there is a fold when you slow it down, but the fold when Bey sat down caused a stir throughout the world. Some said, no, that is just the fabric creasing, that is natural. Others, however, were shouting, but hey, that is what caused the fuss. However, there are many other theories involving Bey and her kids. You also got the weird rumors about Jay-Z and the whole Trinidad son hypothesis. Cathy White. She was a 28-year-old publicist who was allegedly Jay-Z's mistress and had connections to him. After graduating from Howard University, Cathy worked for her own public relations company, White Label PR, and wrote for online magazine. This is where things get crazy though. On September 2nd, Cathy was discovered dead at her apartment in Manhattan. Additionally, aneurysm was reported as the cause of death. After she and model Claudia Jordan were purportedly seen hanging out with Jay-Z and P. Diddy at a Vegas nightclub, people began piecing together the details, which is when things started to turn fishy. Are you aware of how rumors circulate when prominent figures are involved? This was no different. And suddenly, bam! After Cathy passes away at the age of 28, conspiracy rumors begin to circulate. Some people think it was not a coincidence that Jay-Z's name was linked to her passing. In Trinidad and Tobago, there were even rumors of a secret child linked to some Illuminati-level discourse. Hip-hop conspiracy theories often revolve around the idea of sacrifice and spirit cooking. Star magazine writer Liz Crokin also boarded the train, stating that Jay-Z's dirt would eventually be revealed.
Consider telling her story to me on the record, which implied to me, obviously, that if she was willing to tell her story about Jay-Z, that it was indeed true that she was having an affair with him. So that was pretty much it. That was the last time that I talked to her, and I was, under the impression that she was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z. So a few days go by and I'm following up with her, I'm calling her, and I can't get a hold of her. And I believe that this went on for a few days. And it was just really weird because she always answered her work phone. I thought it was really strange that she wasn't answering her phone. She was MIA. I didn't know what the deal was. So I ended up reaching out to one of her colleagues. And when I finally got hold of one of her colleagues, they told me that she's dead. And I said, what? And she said, yes, she's dead. And I said, well, what do you mean she's dead? What happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, and it was very shocking to hear. And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, that's very disturbing, and it certainly is very convenient for Jay-Z, isn't it, that she died.
Kanye West has referred to Jay-Z as evil to the core and said that he was linked to killers. Even though all of this is merely conjecture and rumors, the link between Cathy's passing and the rumors of a secret kid is enough to keep conspiracy theorists interested. Liz Crokin has therefore been promoting this viewpoint for many years. She claims that Cathy White was on the verge of disclosing information about her alleged liaison with Jay-Z and her secret child. Liz is the only one who thinks this. None of this has been verified by any reliable news source. It is among the outlandish notions that have been circulating. Who was Cathy White now? In 1982, she was born in Louisiana. Others referred to her as Corey, Karina, or Lil Cathy. She truly owned her own public relations company and was half Korean and half black. She also has connections in the industry. She even had an appearance alongside Kim Kardashian, Denise Richards, and Chris Pratt on the television program The Valley. She was not just a stranger then. There are rumors that she did run into Jay-Z. Even a picture of Cathy, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Claudia Jordan together at a club is circulating. However, we are unable to confirm its veracity. The authenticity of that shot is being questioned, but it certainly generates a lot of conjecture. However, certain pictures of Cathy in blue do cause people to pause. Although it is a stretch, some people believe there is a similarity. Then, Beyoncé's song Daughter from her Cowboy Carter album adds depth to the story. Man, some of these lyrics. Here's a sample. On these dirty floorboards, your body was spread out. My handmade couture is soiled with your blood. I was immediately admitted by the restroom attendant. Look what I did because of you. And it continues with hints of rage, treachery, and a whole lot of evil energy. Are these lyrics a reference to her by Beyoncé? Some fans think, hey, this might be about Cathy, but we are not positive.
There's a stupid rumor. It's actually the most ridiculous rumor I think I've ever had about me. But there are actually a lot of people that believe this rumor. And it's crazy. I guess there are some crazy celebrities in the world, so we get a bad rep. But to think that I would be that vain, and I respect mothers and women so much, and to be able to experience bringing a child into this world, if you're lucky and fortunate enough to experience that, I would never ever take that for granted. I mean, it's the most powerful thing you can ever do in your life. And especially after losing a child, the pain and trauma from that, it just makes it mean so much more to get an opportunity to bring life into the world. It's something that you have to respect. It just seems like people should have boundaries. There's certain things that you just shouldn't play around with. And a child, you don't play around with that.
Okay, so we need to bring up another notion, and it has to do with some doctors. According to some doctors, she is not wearing a false bump. We have not examined her directly, but from the footage, she appears to be adequately pregnant at this time. Doctors Bone, Hill, and Park shared their professional insights on what is known as baby bump gait. After watching all the footage, they concluded that her bump should not be too large if she is due in February. She is most likely 20 to 24 weeks pregnant, according to them. Thus, her uterus and baby will not be that big yet. According to their professional judgment, everything is in order. When they discuss the psychology underlying it, the whole situation becomes a bit more intriguing. They say that women typically do not show as much in the early stages of pregnancy when they are pregnant for the first time. It can appear more like you are carrying a basketball under your shirt the more pregnancies you have. It all comes down to the body and how each individual's physique changes. The twist is that some people believe this whole situation is a fraud, that she took someone else's child, or even that she fabricated the entire pregnancy. Now, let us face it, that is a fairly crazy hypothesis. There was undoubtedly something odd happening there, though, because many Many do believe it. Is the dress and the way it fits the only reason? Yes, that is also a possibility. The dress appears to be bunching up in the slow-mo footage, which makes the bump appear more noticeable than it actually is. She has referred to it as foolish and absurd for anyone to even utter such a statement. And if someone truly tried to mislead the public about something so private, it would be messed up. Now, let us talk about how much Beyoncé values her privacy. When you consider it, Beyoncé is really the queen of image control. She is not the kind of famous person who freely discusses every detail of her life. Actually, mystery, seclusion, and keeping followers guessing are the cornerstones of her entire brand. Although she does not satisfy them, it seems as though she has generated an atmosphere about herself that makes others want to learn more. The whole baby bump gate controversy is exploding for precisely this reason, is it not? Because people are not accustomed to receiving the answers they desire from Beyoncé. She is well known for keeping her private life private. Therefore, it seems like people go crazy trying to figure out what to do when something as personal as a pregnancy is involved. With her, we have repeatedly witnessed this occur. Let us go back in time to Beyoncé's 2011 MTV Video Music Awards performance, which is considered her most famous privacy moment. I am referring to one that you are familiar with. She took the stage, removed her jacket to show off her pregnant belly, then left as if nothing had happened. She did not make a big public show out of announcing her pregnancy with Blue Ivy. It was not an extravagant announcement or a post on Instagram with a lengthy commentary. It was a subtle, elegant disclosure that focused on her taking charge of the situation. But there was a crazy amount of curiosity sparked by that moment. We did not get all the information from Beyoncé. She did not spread everything out for us to eat. She simply appeared, dropped a clue, and let the rumors run wild. She did not have to disclose to others when she was due, what she was eating, or how she was feeling. Beyoncé left everyone in suspense, and it is really strong. Consider how many celebrities reveal every detail of their lives for the world to scrutinize and analyze. However, Beyoncé has a sense of power since she decides when to speak and when to be quiet. She is still performing the same motion in the present day. She shares what she wants us to know, whether it is about her family or her projects. One of the best examples is the baby bump situation. She is not constantly sharing updates about her pregnancy or showing us her growing tummy. She is simply going about her life, allowing others to conjecture and create their own narratives. Upon reflection, she is the genius behind the amount of information she divulges. This is the reason why everything gets so hyped up, including bump theories. People are unable to cope with the reality that Beyoncé controls the timing and scope of our glimpses into her world. In this manner, she maintains control over her story as the rest of the world tries to piece it together. Therefore, you can simply point out that Beyoncé is likely just letting people go wild with it, knowing she is still in charge. The next time someone brings up the baby bump hypothesis, she simply stays relevant the more people talk about her. Beyoncé has a unique approach of handling controversy. She is among the most skilled at it. Whatever is thrown at her, she has an unbreakable reputation for remaining composed and cool. She can be rattled by nearly anything, and that is really uncommon in the world of celebrities, is it not? The majority of celebs would tweet their responses to every rumor, go on a tirade, or post an absurd Instagram story. She did not share her perspective on Instagram Live. Rather, she released Lemonade, a whole album that addressed the rumors and her personal life in the most potent way possible without directly attacking them. Although the album lacked names, it contained enough hints to show that she was not scared to confront the drama, but only on her own terms. It was full of unfiltered emotions. One more instance, the whole conspiracy theory about her and the twins getting pregnant. People made a concerted effort to claim that she was not pregnant at all and that the babies were carried by someone else. That is a crazy charge. Therefore, do not anticipate Beyoncé to make an emotional speech or go on a tirade when people start making up stories about her pregnancy or criticizing her for things that are not true. She does not do that. She continues to shine with her creativity while allowing others to speak. She seems to be playing chess, while everyone else is merely responding to her moves. She always has discretion about how much she divulges and how she handles criticism. By being cautious about what she reveals, letting her creativity speak for itself, and never resorting to petty drama, Beyoncé has developed an empire. To be clear, this does not imply that she is indifferent to the drama or that she is above it. She is simply too intelligent to do it the old-fashioned way. She allows the world to go crazy while remaining cool, collected, and aware that others will continue to speculate and gossip. However, she is ultimately the one in control. What do you think think then? Is this just another crazy rumor attempting to undermine Beyoncé's legacy, or do you think the leaks are real? Tell us in the comments section.